Native Land Pod is a production of iHeartRadio in partnership with Reason Choice Media.
What's up, princess?
Oh, she's beautiful.
She got her stomach out. Look
just
at
like
her.
that one.
Oh, we got a little midriff.
She's like, watch out.
I love you. One of the things that I tried to do in my life is not have beef with 6-year-olds, but I'm not always successful. Welcome to our MiniPod, y'all. Welcome home.
It's your
Y'all
intentional,
supposed to,
man.
y'all supposed to say welcome home.
Welcome
home, Bakari.
Jesus, I got to help y'all through it. Y'all we just had a special cameo from Sadie Ellen Sellers, and she is going to be 7 in January along with her brother. You may hear them in the background because we out of school on this Thanksgiving week, but we are enjoying every bit of it. And shout out to the Nutcracker. I hope some of y'all are going to get a chance to see friends and family in special shows, but Angela had a unique she wanted to talk about, so I'm gonna let you bring it in because you described it so well.
So all of us have siblings. And I think I at least have a ton of cousins too. And so we spend our holidays all together. As you all know, we spent a lot of time trafficking in internet beef, some that we requested, some we didn't ask for. But some beef we can't escape always during the holidays is some family beef. So I want to talk about conflict resolution on the other side of Thanksgiving. And wondering how y'all navigated through some of the trials and tribulations of cousin beef, sibling beef, and all things in between. Did you get in trouble for making the macaroni and cheese bad? Did you get in trouble for putting marshmallows on top of the yams? Did you get in trouble for some age-old beef that we don't know about? I want to hear about it. I want to hear about how y'all have resolved conflict with family. I got some that's not quite resolved, but I'm talking about that too.
Ditto.
I was gonna say, because you're talking about like lighthearted beef, and there's like heavy beef that happens. And it depends on how you perceive it. Like, you know, heavy beef for some people is you reneged back in 1998. You said you ain't had no clubs, and you had clubs, and y'all ain't spoken in decades. That's cousin drama. You know, marriages break up over stuff like that.
Or
but
you
then
had
there's
your cousin wedding, and your cousin female danced too close to your new husband. And y'all, got
well,
the
they already knew each other though, Andrew.
I don't know what.
That's why you gotta get your car. You gotta get your Carfax.
Yeah,
I want to hear about this.
But we all together now,
Right.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta have.
Andrew, what happened?
That sounds specific.
That sounds real specific.
Let's start lighter.
Okay. Well, I don't really, I don't spend the holidays with my family. So I don't really have and it's not like family beef. It's just, we all choose our piece. And we're recording this, early. So for Thanksgiving, these people don't know, but for Thanksgiving, I may be at Tamron's house because I'll be in New York. I'm either gonna go to Tamron's house or Sunny's house, or I might take the train, back to DC and be at my friend's house. But I really don't, because I'm, usually with chosen family. I don't really have beef around the holidays, but I do like to talk a lot of shit on the space table, and it can develop.
Hey, me and you both. That's it.
I don't have beef, and the reason I don't have beef is because I am affectionately calling myself a human gaslighter. I am the person who you want to have beef with, and then I just withdraw from communication because I can't do all of that. And the family group chats, as soon as the beef pop off, you see Bakari left the conversation in the middle.
Family group chats are prayers.
You really do leave. Wait a minute. Hold on,
do you
real quick.
exit or do you just ignore?
Oh yeah, I mean, if y'all piss me off, I will leave a group chat in a heartbeat because I want you to. The part of the gaslighting is you have to see the little line at the bottom that says Bakari Sellers left the conversation.
Bakari has left the chat.
So it's not just like.
Well, can you tell us what happened the last time you did that?
Yes.
Just tell the truth. I am about to tell the truth. Just as one of the things people never say about me is I lie. But as a part of a larger thing, I believe that relationships go both ways. And I hate to be in a relationship where I just give. That drives me crazy because when I just give, I get exhausted. And then it's like when I give and then somebody comments on how I give, what I give, or if I gave the right amount or effort, then that is when I'm about done.
Give me an example, B. Come on.
Yeah, you're talking around it.
No, I'm just saying,
walk to the front door, bro. Walk
no. I take care of my parents, right? And so I take care of Gwen and Cleve. They get allowances. I pay for, where they live.
They know you call them that?
No,
I
I'm just
know
calling
that
up. No, they
life,
mama and daddy.
I understand.
But with you, Andrew, it's going to be for the
just
purpose of
asking,
this
I'm
conversation.
curious.
So, but and sometimes you just want people to help shoulder that load. And it's okay
Yeah.
to do it by yourself. But I don't need critique on how I'm shouldering the load. That's my
That
only
part.
point. I think that's what people don't. To whom given,
You
to
got
whom
3
much is
people on
given.
this side of the screen. Like Angela, if y'all listening, Angela pointing at the camera, you driving down our street.
I don't know.
Bakari.
I tell
So we
Ellen
with you.
Ellen is one of the most special people I'll ever meet, because one of the things that happened when we got married is I married a really, really good partner. I married her, and she hates when I say this. I married her because I saw she was going to be a good mother, because we had a bonus child. So that's always. But I found out she's a really, really good partner. So she helps me shoulder that load and tries to get me reintegrated with friends and family who otherwise, I am okay not having conversations with people. I am just fine without. Do I miss it sometimes? Hell yeah. Does it drive me crazy sometimes? Yeah. Do I worry about getting into heaven? Yeah. But I'm also going to make sure that I have my peace of mind, because I ain't going to let y'all mess up my holidays. Ain't that much weed in the world.
Yeah.
Not with the red cup entering the conversation too. He's like, hold on, where's my tequila at? It's 5 p.m. somewhere. Now, here's the thing. Why I pointed at the screen, Tiff, and I know you can relate to it too, because one of the things we talked about, I think last week, is in my call to action around caretaking. And what I think is so interesting about this moment is how care can turn into conflict. Care can turn into the battle, because what you don't always realize is in caretaking, knowing that it is your responsibility and sometimes joyful in your pleasure, right? When people have something to say about what you didn't do or how you're doing it, that is remarkably frustrating. And I want to give y'all, I wasn't even going to get into this because I didn't think about it, but when B just brought this up, last week, my mom was in the hospital after having a fall. We talked about, and she had to be transferred to a rehab facility. Well, I'm going visiting all these rehab facilities. Ain't nobody going with me. Daddy, no shade, but I went by myself. And my dad he had a cold, so he couldn't go. So you guys, by the third one I went to, I'm in the car sobbing because I'm like, I can't put my mom in any of these places, right? I'm like, she will look at me like, and you got me confused. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going. And so I was like, what am I going to do? So I'm literally like text pleading with the place where I wanted her to go. Thankfully, spoiler alert, she ends up there. But like, I got people in the family text messaging me like, did you get her in yet? Has it happened yet? Like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, did you make a call? And I'm feeling tender about it because I'm like, nobody's helping. I'm looking at the board members to see who I can reach out to get my mom in the facility that is preferred. But it's frustrating when it's not even critique. I won't even say critique. It is the quiet resentment, by the way, that I'll feel from carrying what I believe is my responsibility, but it would still be nice if somebody just was like, hey, do you need any support here? So I end up getting mad over something I never even expressed to anyone, right? But I just feel it. I see you nodding.
Can I ask, if someone in your family had tried to be just as invested as you, just as vested in calling, would they have the space to do that? Or would you say, like, do you want to be the person who's handling it? Like if your cousin or your sibling, or you have like siblings that you grew up with, or cousins who you grew up with as siblings. Mm-hmm. So if they jumped in and they were like, okay, I'm going to call these 3, are they going to get the Angela that's like, oh, thank you so much for shouldering this with me? Or the Angela that's like, well, I'll do it because I know my mom and I know how I want it. And did you ask this? And did you ask that? And did you do it the right way? And so maybe they might feel like, I'm not going to intervene. Are you receptive to help?
Very much so. In fact, the only difference I would say though, my standards here are my mom's. I was very careful to ask my mom, what does she want? I'm like, Mom, here are the things that I'm thinking through. Does this align with what you want? I'm operating strictly off what she wants, right? Like thank God, she has her right mind. She can make these decisions, right? Like I'm absolutely yielding to that. Now, if somebody calls and is like, oh, this facility can take her, but hey, you haven't visited and you don't have time, I still got to go check it out.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So if they are like, oh, I'm going to go look, like I know my cousin Mia, I know my cousin Mary, I know my cousin Rhonda, my Aunt Loretta.
I was thinking of Mia.
Yeah. And Mia's been here to help, like everybody, they all have the same standards. Now I got some other cousins where I might not yield to you, son.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what type of time you on. So yes, I think so. But I think what's most frustrating, and I'm gonna be quiet here, is my brother. My parents will probably be mad for me saying this, but it's true. My brother just turned 60 this past Friday. I have not talked to him in over a year. He did, in his defense, call my mom recently, but my mom hasn't talked to him over a year. And when she heard his voice on the phone, she starts crying. And I think for me, I was like, damn, I didn't realize how much this was an open hole for her. And it's a wound. And so, like, I want to be grateful that he showed up, but I also want to cuss his ass out because I haven't seen him, haven't heard from him. He ain't done nothing. It's irritating. And so for me, like, if there was family beef, well, there is family beef. I have beef with him. Bless you, Tiff. I have beef with him right now for how he's moved with my parents. Like, he don't have to talk to me, but I don't like how he's moved with my parents. And he better not, to Bakari's point, come around critiquing shit right now, because I will definitely remove myself from that conversation. By the way, Nick is in the chat saying, Bakari, that's not gaslighting. That's called stonewalling.
Thank you, Nick.
What type of white privilege was that? What type of white privilege was that, Nick, to tell me about that?
Shut up, Bakari. Leave Nick alone.
No, I love Nick. Nick is my brother, bro. I know. Nick is my brother. He's getting me through my terrible technological days. Go ahead, Andrew. You over there with it. You're looking like you about to run off on one of your patented 12-minute.
Listen, man, you and I both get the same drama. I'm managing 3 children upstairs, and when they start getting stompy on the floor, somebody about to push somebody and whatever. So these are beefs, family beefs, and ours range. I mean, honestly, y'all's family group chats are a lot more active around situations than ours. Ours are prayers. Usually, we have also regular family. Once a month prayer calls, cousins, aunts, my siblings, and I know we all have siblings. I'm one of 7, number 5 of 7, all boys, and then my baby sister, my little sister Monique. And where our drama mostly resides is around these days. I think my sister Monique has taken on like a tremendous amount, traveling back and forth from the DMV back to South Georgia to help out with my mom. And I've got guilt around the fact that I'm, a few hours away but just 3 children and a partner who works, and I have, things I got to do. It's just, by the time you look up, it's like, oh my God, and I'm so sorry, Mom, da 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 da. And so what I really appreciate, one, I've got siblings that look after me, and we try to look after each other. We try not to guilt each other about the time stuff, like who's spending more time with, whom, and who's doing the initial outreach to somebody. Not a beef, but I think a reconciliation. And that is, I think we all got to a place, because I was kind of sick of the whole, you barely ever call, and when we call you, we can't ever reach you. We talking to your assistants or this is that and the third. This is really in a former life. And then in my new position, it really is like, I just don't be near them, and I don't really like to pay a whole bunch of attention to them. And I think we all have different kind of chips on the shoulder with each other about some of those kinds of accessibility things. Mm-hmm. And so what we decided was, if I reach out to you, I'm reaching out to you with no, I love to talk to you, and I would love to have a conversation with you. But if I don't reach you, I don't want you to beat yourself up about trying to, get back to me. Just know that you were on my heart. I wanted to reach out. And when you get a minute, I trust that you'll reach back out, and we'll go from there. And it feels like a really light lifted load. Yeah. That, I'm not feeling the pressure around. You sometimes avoid that call because of how long you haven't been able to, how much time has passed since you were able to make the return call. So the lifting of the pressure, I don't know how if all of us are 100% fully committed, because I got one brother, one of my older brothers, who seem a little touched still by inaccessibility when they want you. But that's helped a lot. It's just like, how about you take the action because it's in you to take, and have no anticipation for the outcome. Just move because you felt so moved, or do because you feel so to do, but you're not doing it because I want you to know that I called and I need you to pick up the phone and call me back to acknowledge that I've called you. Nope. But when I do get back with you, know that it's love and I'm here, 100%. And if it's an emergency, I'll drop everything. But if this is us just checking in, this week is a little rough. I'm going to push this till Sunday. And please don't have heat for me for that.
I get that, Andrew. We've talked about that before. That's a pet peeve of both of ours.
Yeah.
Not just with family, but with anybody. Like, if I call you and the first thing I hear is, I've been trying to call you. I called you 18 times or whatever. It's going to be a real short conversation. Because my attitude is like, I'm calling you back now. Like, what's up? If I didn't call you, it's because I was dealing with shit. And it could have been that I was busy, that I was back to back to back to back to back. Or I didn't have the mental capacity to engage another human being at that time. You know, like I was dealing with all kind of stuff that I never bring to you that you don't know about. But now I made the time to talk to you. Let's just be in this moment here. But what I was struck by what you said, and I think some people may feel this way during the holidays, that sometimes you don't have the desire to engage. Yeah. And I wonder what that reason is. I don't want to, put you on the spot. So I'll say that I don't always have the desire to engage because it might be past family trauma or memories or, I'm pretty open about the fact that I left home when I was 16. And I remember the last Christmas I spent with my family. And I remember saying, I will never spend another Christmas with these people again. I remember being 16 years old. No, at this point I was 18 and I was in a hotel by myself, like a Holiday Inn, some hotel that costs costs about an hour. Yeah. And I was by myself, trying to get my money right. Cause this was back when you could fly a ticket, AirTran for $50.
Oh yeah. We know
and
about it.
And I was trying to get the FUCK out of there and just get away. Yeah. But I was like, it's Christmas Day and I'm in this nasty ass hotel by myself because I was trying to see my family and that shit went real left. Yeah. And I'm a child. At the time, I felt like an adult. But I'm like, you're 18, you're a child. Yeah. And this is how you're spending the holiday. And I have such a bad taste in my mouth around it still. Yeah. That it's just, I hear it. When y'all were talking about Thanksgiving last week and like, what time did you and your family eat? I'm like, when we did, 25 years ago, 30 plus years ago. But like, we not having Thanksgiving dinner together. So I just want to affirm people out there who are not necessarily spending the holidays with their family. Yeah. Maybe you don't even have friends to spend the holidays with that you might be going to the movies or by yourself or whatever. Like those things are okay too. Create your joy and feel your peace. But if you did want to share, I didn't want to.
Here, by the way, no, and I will share. Yes. But I do. Yeah. You always at our house.
Have every place to go. People are always like, come over. But sometimes I don't want. Like sometimes I just want to be. But I typically go to my friend Kim, Professor Kim Jones. She's a dean at Howard. So shout out to her. She is dean of civil engineering. So I love talking to her about water conservation. But I've been going to her house for like probably the past 10 years. But I'll be in New York. So I was like, I'm going to just pop up over Tamara's house.
You got good friends up there. You got good friends.
Sunny, I was like, Sunny lives up there. So I might be at the Hoskins for Thanksgiving. So we'll see. Or I might be on the train and just come back home and chill. But I just want other people to know, like, there are people out there who aren't doing anything. But anyway, go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
I want to affirm that. And you actually caused me to think a lot about how different people show up in spaces, and not everybody shows up the same way. To the question of where I find myself in withdrawal, I'll do two responses. One, since 2018 and then 2020, in my life, big inflection points. I have for the longest of time, ever since I can remember, been the one who's always had things together, have it all together and that kind of thing. And I think part of when I don't feel like I have it all together, I don't want to be present. And it's a really terrible thing because all the people who want me to be present desire is to be in shared space so that they can help, so that they can support, so that they can do whatever it is that they can do to make sure that I'm propped up on whatever my leaning side is. So it really is me. It's not that anyone out, any of my family member or loved ones make me to feel any less than. It's me who puts myself in the place where it's like, God, I just don't feel like I can't talk right now until I get this together. When I get this together, then I can talk, and then I can take on what it is that you have for me to take on. Because I always do feel truly that on the other end is something else for me to do. And that isn't always the truth. Sometimes it really just is the check-in, but a lot of times, and this is built out of a pattern, right? We know patterns of behavior have conditioned us to presuppose some things. So it's not without its history that I sort of feel that way. And then particularly if other people are down, I never want to be the person in the position who can't prop up, who can't lift up, who can't help. And so when you don't have the reservoir of support for yourself, and then even more when I can't rally for myself, I can somehow figure out how to rally for others. But then you're both pulling up blank. It's like, I will do better for everybody to just be absent so that we don't have to run into that situation. That's what's caused a lot of my withdrawal. And then second, it has been, I've managed a lot less when by my, like, I used to have a staff and a lot of folks helped with a lot of things, scheduling this. I mean, my children's doctor's appointments, this and the third. And I realize now I have to pay real attention to what it is I'm doing, or I'm going to muck something up. And I can't muck it up with three. I can't have my kids waiting at camp because I didn't know it was my day today to do it. Because it happened once over this summer, and my son got in the car, and this MF folded his hands, and he was just quiet. I said, "Are you okay?" And then he said, "Fine." And I said, "Baby, Daddy's so sorry. I got confused of who was picking you up from camp today. I would never, ever, ever want to leave you anywhere, and I'm just really sorry." And the waterfalls started, just poured out crying. And when he finishes, "Thank you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy." But I was distressed for, a week, because I felt like my kid had the feeling of abandonment because I messed it up. So I'm really concentrated. I got priorities here. There is a pecking order. And at the tippity top of that list behind Jay are my three kids, if not often in competition with the time for her. And so I got to get that right. And what I mean to say about this is that I take on a lot less. I can't do 20 tasks at once anymore. I have to do the thing that I've got to do. And when I'm done with that, I'll do the next thing and then the next thing. So there's self-care things, but it's also like inadequacies that are showing up that I didn't know I had.
We all do. Angela, for your brother, do you have space for him in your life? Even if you're mad at him, do you have space for him to be in your life right now?
Yes, especially because it is very clear that that's what my mom wants. And it's probably foolish of me to say this, but understanding like the connection between a parent and a child, I just know like there's a void that she's missing that she hasn't expressed. She's far less expressive than my dad is. And so, like it's a conversation I even have with my dad. Like, listen, Mom has always said, make big things small and small things nothing. And so in my mind, like all of that is water under the bridge if that means that you can be present for Mommy and a part of her healing journey and in a way helping her to recover, to rebound, to, exist in whatever her new normal is. But I think it would be great for him to be present. I think it'll be great for both of them, honestly. I think one of the biggest worries I have that I still have to yield to him as he's an adult in his own sovereignty is, how will you feel if you completely miss out on this phase of her life? And I don't think he'd ever forgive himself for that. He's very like, an empath who just has, struggled. So I hope that he can come around to that for his own sake. But, I wouldn't mind if we went light for just a second.
Yeah, please.
If you guys are okay
Get
with that.
off.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
So
I think we have beef with Bakari because
we definitely have beef with Bakari because his computer never works. I don't understand how Beyonce got a broke ass computer.
Bakari left the
conversation. Winning all these settlements. Winning all these settlements. Internet don't never work. Computer don't never work. So I'm trying to figure out what is he spending the money on. It must be tequila.
He said gaslight. Bakari left the conversation.
Bakari Sellers has left the conversation.
He would meet his match with me because I wouldn't notice or care.
That's so funny.
I'll hit you later, buddy.
You guys,
okay, we going like
this. So there might be a family member, and I'm not saying it's in my family, but there might be a family member or a friend, Tiff, a family member who wants to make something for the dinner, for the holiday dinner, and it's not tasty.
Mm-hmm.
But they always want to bring the thing.
Put it on the kids' table.
Okay. Andrew said put it on the kids' table. I'm curious to know how you solve for it. Do you try to cook the thing together? Do you send recipe ideas? Do you... Bakari, welcome back.
Bakari has joined the conversation. We thought we had
we went light. He might not even be able to hear us yet. B, put your headphones on.
You left the conversation. We thought we had beef, but welcome back.
Welcome on.
Well, while he's getting it together, I will answer.
The question, Bakari. Go ahead, Tiff. He'll understand what it is.
Okay, so if in the situation where somebody doesn't cook well, I have to tell you, in 46 years of holidays, of friends, I've only spent holidays with Black families, and I have never encountered someone who did not make something well. So I hear these stories all the time. Now, people make things that I don't eat, but that doesn't mean it wasn't cooked well. But my grandmother was one of the best cooks. She taught all of her sons. She had all boys. She taught them how to cook. Like, we all learned from her how to cook. Extended family. She was just the person to teach everybody how to cook. And then I grew up in Atlanta and Cleveland. So you did not meet Black folks who couldn't throw down. They had their own recipe. I started to hit you in the chat, Angela, to be like, drop that seafood recipe. I just don't know. I haven't made dressing since I stopped eating meat. So I'm like, damn, how do I even make the dressing? Because I would make the turkey stock and put it in the dressing. So I'm like, how would I do that now? And I was like, I could try to make that seafood dressing that Angela was talking about, but I'm like, I don't even know how to do the dressing without the meat. So I might be the person, that would mess it up this year, but I've always had really great culinary experiences with Black folks.
I have not. I have
had them. Yeah, real quick, Tiff, I want to just flag for you. My cornbread dressing still got smoked turkey in it, and
I know,
and chicken andouille sausage. But I'll try to figure out a remix for you. I will. I'll figure it out. Go ahead, AG. I'm sorry.
No, I think you got to. When somebody makes a bad dish, one, I would ask yourself before interfering: do they know that everybody knows that this is not a good dish?
Have you had the bad dish, Andrew? And what was it?
No, I'm just saying. No, because if you make it to our table for Thanksgiving,
right? That's what I'm saying. Who has had
it's like the
bad
Super Bowl
dish?
of cooking. You don't. You just don't show up at people's stuff putting. You bring canned sodas.
All the women in your family, all the people in your family can cook.
Yes, but everybody can't cook everything the best.
So you have had an experience where somebody bought a bad dish.
I have a family member who changed the type of macaroni they used for the macaroni.
And what did they use?
What do you call I can't even tell you the name of the stuff, but they were all kind of shapes and stuff. And it was different than the regular macaroni. And maybe it looked really nice in the dish, but everybody revolted.
It didn't taste good?
I thought it was okay.
You can't even taste it when it's the wrong. It's not an elbow. We got a problem.
Man, my stepmother has made spaghetti mac and cheese, and it wasn't bad. I like it.
You should try those on New Year's Eve.
Who did it, Angela?
My friend's mom. I remember. I was like, "What is this?" They were like, "Oh, this is macaroni." I was like, "No, it's not. It's a spaghetti with cheese on it." I don't like that. That's disrespectful.
We've had both. It's never just spaghetti. Like, somebody always does a regular mac and cheese, but I'm like, oh, the spaghetti mac and cheese wasn't bad.
I'm gonna tell you, this must be a Midwest thing, because it's another Midwest moment. Because I'm like, do not do this, guys. Don't do this. This is unacceptable. I don't know why it has to be an elbow, but I need it to be an elbow.
Yeah,
I don't want no spiral.
Keep it there.
I don't want no what's them ones? The
bow tie.
I don't want that.
The corkscrew.
I don't want that. What's the one?
The elbow is good because the cheese gets in there, like the juice gets in there. So I like the elbow.
I don't know the name of any of these, but the mac and cheese you see, regular
it's
from
the
Black people's tables. Like that. Yes. But the other stuff is, you might think it's pretty and Giada or whoever on TV, did it. But, just don't bring it to Thanksgiving. Just use it for another day.
Bakari, do you have somebody in your family that can't cook but insists on cooking? And if so, how do you deal with telling them, please don't bring this back?
No, we don't play them games on Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving.
You better
all the food is good.
Experiment on a child's birthday because they can't tell the difference.
That is so rude. Poor children.
Yeah.
But Angela, I was asking.
That is the beef, though.
The two questions are, one, if they're aware, then maybe they're just letting you know they don't give up, right?
I think that's what
in which case, then you have permission not to give up. But if it is the case that they are not aware that everybody shares this opinion, and you good with cousin, I would pull cousins to the side and just say, those greens, and I know you love doing them, but I think Thanksgiving's not going to be the time anymore. And I'm wondering if you have another dish you might.
They're not going to say nothing about the greens because I make the greens. But let me ask y'all this. What about any political drama that comes up during the holidays? Like, I have a cousin that voted for Trump and he decided to make an announcement about that at the last big Christmas. Like, he was supporting Trump. I was so outdone because it was 60 niggas in the house with matching pajamas on.
We used to have a Republican uncle. We don't fight no more.
What'd you say?
No, we have I have an uncle who, when he was, voted Republican quite a bit for a number of years, administrations and whatnot. And when I was younger, like middle school, high school, younger, I would engage him. And now nobody is. I mean, hell no. And we're not having political debates.
I don't have those bitches either.
Yeah, it's nah.
Everybody feels the same
agrees.
way.
They hate Trump, and that's it.
Everybody's sitting around talking about how crazy it is. It's definitely not. Nobody's introducing a counterpoint. Nobody's talking about, but J. Edgar Hoover wasn't that bad.
Shut the hell up. I never said that. Watch your words.
He did. Andrew did not say that. I'm totally kidding. Andrew did not say that.
He did dismantle the KKK.
Go the hell home. You
go home.
Go home.
I don't know why you said that.
Stay
Black
there.
Klansman.
Stay there. You know what? There are rocks outside. They deserve kicking. Barefoot. You.
Bakari, do you have political conversation at your holidays?
No, Thanksgiving is easy.
Yeah.
The fact that your ass came back in here with nary a beef story late with broke internet and you ain't got nothing to say.
You can go ahead and release
for a walk.
Welcome home, Bakari.
He had a red cup and went for a walk.
First of all, with the bullying of the guys, it stopped. Episode 100. So, Andrew, I got your back forever and always. Welcome home, y'all. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
That's the end?
That's the end. Keep the party going.
That's how you stop somebody from getting jumped. Yeah, you just
he exited the conversation, came back and exited again too.
He finds really
can I just do a quick call to
though.
action for our viewers because Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving.
You just did a call to action on the main one.
That was on another
episode. On this episode, because we're talking about beef and Christmas, Thanksgiving is past and Christmas is coming up. I do want to hear from people. All the things that we talked about. So if you have a family member that makes something, drop us a comment and let us know how you handle it. Or if you have beef. What was the dish? What was the problem with the dish? And how did your family handle it? Or if there's other beef that you're anticipating this Christmas holiday, I just want to be in y'all business. Just tell us what the beef is.
Ditto.
Yeah, give us the drama. I want to hear. And on a serious note, I do want to tell people who something is happening at college campuses. And so a friend of mine was explaining to me that because of their final schedule, a lot of kids can't go home for Thanksgiving. They have to stay. And so for young people, anybody who's spending the holidays alone, live in abundance if you can. Just know that, just because you're not with a bunch of people doesn't mean it's a bad time or a bad day. Your futures are bright and ahead of you. And I'll be with Tamron or Sunny or
somebody.
Who knows where I'll be for Christmas? Remember that year we flew to Ghana, Angela? That was an amazing time. Yeah.
Y'all, I just heard that Jim Comey and Letitia James are gonna have a very great holiday starting with Thanksgiving.
Yes. Well, very good that we celebrating it with them on the other side of Thanksgiving today. And I just want to tell people to make sure you resolve conflict. Life is not long. It's very short. And so make sure you get through it. Please tell us your business. We definitely told you ours.
Thank you. We told all our business.
Yes. And I hope that you all rest on the other side of this holiday. Get a pedicure, manicure, but still make sure you ain't buying it on this Black Friday. So y'all welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, y'all.
Native Land Pod is a production of iHeartRadio in partnership with Reason Choice Media. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.